Thanks, Steph. Happy New Year, Brandon.
Happy New Year, Alan.
How is it? How nice is it rather to have the full running back room full again?
It's awesome. Like, I mean, everybody brings like their own flavor to the game, but to have everybody back and healthy is what you pray for.
A question for you: when the running backs, when one of the running backs are out, or and everybody has to do more work, does it actually hurt in some respects? How much a running back can do because you're actually doing things that you're not necessarily used to. But I don't mean this as a negative. I mean just how it goes sometimes.
Uh, I'm not totally sure I fully understand what you're asking, but I mean, as a running, oh, go ahead.
Basically, it's like if Ramondre's out, it's you and Damian and JJ, and basically you're called on to do some things that maybe you not would normally be called upon to do if you had the full complement of running backs.
No, that's what practice is for. We practice for all situations, and we're all prepared to back each other up. That's just how we operate.
Thank you, Brendan.
Next question, Tara Sullivan.
Hey, Brandon, how are you?
Hi, Tara. How are you?
Good, thank you. I wanted to ask a question that sort of relates to the Jaguars, not to ask you about them because it's just your opponent, but obviously we know what they've been through, changing coaches, coming in with an interim coach and what they've gone through this year. What I wanted to ask you is just, what is it like to be in the stability that's around the Patriots? What has it meant to you? What has it meant for your career? Like, what do you kind of just make of it, of just, at least from the outside, just how stable it seems, especially when not all the NFL is like that?
I don't quite know how to answer that. Besides that, I know me personally, and I know a lot of my other teammates, current and former, we work our butts off for everything we've gotten. And whether that's extensions or more playing time or playoff potential over the years, that has been from a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and a lot of bad words I can't repeat from Bill. And, that's how we get to where we get every year. And it's just, like I said, it's a lot of hard work. And even from the coaches, that's where our stability comes from, is working our butts off.
Perfect. Thank you.
Next question, Ryan Hannibal.
Hey, Brandon, I wanted to ask you about your Instagram post from this morning, and I guess anything you could share on that, and what made you do it today.
I really didn't have a reason for it. I actually had made that video last night and was just kind of going through pictures, just kind of reminding myself. But that was back from 2018. I was diagnosed with cancer. It's like epimucodermoid carcinoma or something like that. I got it removed in 2018 and still was cancer free beginning of this season and feel fine and everything else. And it was just one of those moments where I was messing with my son and my little brother about this. I actually looked in the mirror and I was like, I got my full face back. And that's what made me go through the pictures and everything else. But just to show where I had cancer and I did not think I was going to be able to play another down in the NFL. Here I am 3 years after going on 4 years after having the surgery, and was still working strong. So it was just kind of one of those motivational, inspirational type deals for me, because that took a lot, and it was a lot of naysaying from doctors and everything else. And then, we're just here to prove people wrong and continue to grow and get stronger.
Did a lot of people not know about this, like teammates, coaches? We never knew about it.
Some of the more of the newer players, they didn't know. A lot of guys kind of forgot because I don't ever talk about it. I rarely talk about it because it never stopped me from doing anything. It didn't hinder me from anything. It was just one of those things I dealt with, and me and my family dealt with, and just kept it pushing and just try to keep everything as normal as possible.
So you said it was back in 2018. Was there ever a thought that your career was over?
Yes and no. The surgery was in 2018. The entire process was probably a span over 3 or 4 years before it actually got removed. And yeah, it was just a thing. It was all right.
No, thank you for sharing it earlier and answering this question now.
No problem.
And next question, Mark Daniels.
Hey, Brandon, I wanted to ask you about that as well. What was the timeline like? Because I know we're at 18. You were with Miami. So was this something that happened in the off season?
I had the surgery in the off season. We found out about the cancer right after the Super Bowl is when I was diagnosed. After we played Philly. And that's when they had told me it was like we had cancer and you got to get it removed and everything else. And that was right after the season. I had surgery set out for a little while. Just lost majority of function and everything on the right side of my face. And continue to play. You know, it was just my face. It wasn't the rest of my body, so I was okay with it.
How much would you say that changes your perspective on just everything, whether it be life, football, what happened?
It changed the perspective about a lot. Like I thought I was doing everything to prevent stuff like that happening, and it happened. Had surgery, and then it was kind of like that was my reset. I was able to, redo it and reprocess how I was doing everything in my life, and here we are. Like I said, going on 4 years of being cancer free now.
Well, congrats on that. And again, thanks for sharing. I'm sure there are a lot of people who have been in similar situations that, appreciate someone like you sharing the story.
No problem. Thanks.